Alright, so I usually show you guys really bad problems and then I show you the effects of it and all the damage. But let me show you something today that's actually kind of interesting. We're here at a beautiful home. This house has been flipped, but it's been very well flipped. They actually did a nice job. But I want to show you what happens when you get 95% there and you fail to fix that last 5% that was actually causing all the problems. And I'm going to show you, they did some nice stuff here. You look here, and as you guys know, the grade is all negative, flowing right down towards this wall. Look at this. I stand right here. This all slopes towards this wall, but it's all been nicely parge coated. Okay, they've done a nice job with the foundation. They just never actually did anything with the grade. And then you look up here and you see the roof drainage system. There is no splash guard at that valley. And then if you look underneath, you see the gap between the gutter and the roof right there. And what is that causing? That's causing moisture, moss and algae growth, and water right next to the foundation. As we come across over here, we have a downspout with an extension dumping 18 inches away from the foundation. So all that water is flowing right back to the foundation, and you can actually see that happening right there, and that's why these plants are thriving. Now on the other side, they actually went through and they built forms and poured concrete up against a stacked stone foundation, because I know the stone foundation was weeping water into the basement, and that's what they were trying to stop. They also poured hardscaping. Okay, so all of this is pretty nice. That actually slopes nicely. That part does not. So this hardscaping was a good attempt at keeping water out of the basement. I'm going to show you that in a second. This flows down, which is fine, but that part right there does not. This is pretty well flat from here all the way to there, and you can see through the staining the water's been flowing right to the center. Now, why would they come in and pour big, thick concrete, foundations up against the foundation? Why would they do that? And again, you look at this downspout. Where is it dumping water? Here. Where is that water? It's pooling and ponding and weeping its way right back to here. You come over here. This staining is a sign of water coming from somewhere else. Where's that water coming from? Right up here to the roof drainage system. They've got nice gutters, but guess what they don't have? They don't have any flashing, kick-out flashing, or diverter flashing directing the water into this gutter. So it's running along there, past the gutter, right down the siding, right to there. Now, if you look at this epoxy repair on this crack, that's from settlement. You notice how wet the soil is here? As we stand back and we look at this, this is nicely graded here. This is flat. This is all negative. So it flows down and it flows right here into this corner, and this part right here is going to stay saturated with water at all times. And that's why we see that crack that they tried to patch. Came across here, another crack, and look, no cracking where the grade is positive. You guys see a trend here? Now, they've done a very nice job with this house, and this house is beautiful. They've done a nice job. It's in great condition, but 95%, but let me show you the 5% that they didn't do. You can see moisture intrusion under this back door. That's water coming into this house, into the basement. As I come into the basement, I can see moisture staining on the floor. And what do you see? Hydrostatic pressure pushing water right through the foundation, the slab joint down here. And here's that efflorescence that I've been telling you guys about. These are hard water deposits. So I can actually chip this away with my finger. That's a sign of water being pushed through the masonry like a filter. Moisture intrusion all the way around this basement. But this gets worse. Check this out. So what do you see on the inside of this foundation? We've got masonry block, cinder block, whatever you want to call it. Now, why would they put cinder block on the inside, concrete on the outside, when I know that the foundation itself in between is actually stacked stone? Well, I'm not supposed to speculate, but I can tell you that it's because they were seeing bowing, bulging, they were seeing stone movement. These are strategically placed items. If you look right back there, you will see significant water intrusion. But I noticed this right here, the step crack that runs right down this wall. And then over here on this side, I noticed significant efflorescence and discoloration on this wall. So I looked real close, and what did I see? A big, long, horizontal crack. This is that stuff I see every day, guys. So, let's break out the laser. So, a perfectly straight laser line is what we want to see. But a perfectly straight laser line is not what we see. We see this kind of generally slanting, which means the wall is leaning inward. And we can see right about there, there's some deflection and some bowing of the wall. Over here, what do we see? Significant leaning inward, some bowing of the wall. Over here where that step crack is, that is not a straight line. We see bowing here and leaning all the way across that. So what does that mean? That means these guys spent a lot of money and a lot of time remediating and renovating a home that was probably in poor condition. They did a nice job. 95% of what they did was wonderful. They poured concrete, built CMU walls on the inside of the stone walls. That's a lot of work, a lot of money. But they never fixed the grade. They never fixed the grade. They put a roof drainage system on. It's 95% there, but that 5% is all it takes to cause that stuff. If you guys ever feel like I'm just beating that drum too much, or you ever feel like I'm beating a dead horse, here's a situation where we only see a very marginal gap, like a very marginal deficiency. 5% of the issues that they were having with the foundation were never addressed. Yet they did tens of thousands of dollars worth of work here, and it's still causing problems. Their new foundation is cracked. Their new foundation is bowing. Why? Because they didn't fix the actual grade. I can't say it enough. I see this every day.